Go.
Hi guys, I'm here with your Bible reading. Sorry, I was reading the update for Chris. His mom put on here. It's the first I've been on the computer today. It's another one of those days where I couldn't stay awake, so I just got out of bed again. And blood pressure's low again. It's actually up a little bit now. It's actually up now. It's 93/70 and my pulse is 105. So it's actually a lot better than what it has been. But I want to read you guys the update from his mom, personally from her. I want to read you the one that she put on last night, and then I want to read the one that she put on just 4 hours ago. What? Okay, this is the one from last night. His mom said, "Today the number came back on the adenovirus in Christopher's blood. He hit 40, which is where exactly they needed to be, which means it is no longer in his blood. They are still finding it in his nose and lungs, but it is not being in his blood is great. Tomorrow we will be talking to the hematology and infectious diseases doctors about treatment for the HLH. We might be headed to Cincinnati. They said at this point he is stable enough to transport, so we will see. Please keep praying." Because the Cincinnati Children's Hospital was more equipped in dealing with the HLH because they have seen it more. So most kids that have HLH is where they take them is Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And Sandy, hi Rosie, my friend Sandy, who is a nurse, she also told me that that's where they deal with it best is Cincinnati Children's Hospital. So hopefully he gets to go up there, but here's the update for today. Update on my son Christopher Sirback. His lungs are doing better. He is still on the ventilator with lots of meds to keep him sleepy, but he powers through them, so it's quite often that they have to give them to him. He's trying to come out so bad. He wants to wake up. He doesn't want to stay in that coma. The adenovirus is out of his blood, but still in his lungs and nose. He is on the lowest vent settings he can go, with the vent letting him take the breaths, but still giving him the pressure he needs. It also starts breathing more for him when he sleeps. They are talking about maybe tomorrow keeping the tube in his lungs, but switching the settings over to a pressure like a CPAP machine. That's what it sounded like to me. However, the HLH is starting to rear its ugly head again within his bone marrow. Today they said this would be the best time to hit it hard with the drugs that will suppress his immune system in the hopes to fix it. We are very scared at this point because he still has the virus. This was not an easy choice, but I can see more of the effect of the HLH today in Chris. All of his blood work is saying it's came back up. We started to treat it once before, but the T-virus stopped that. So please pray that this time the treatment works to get rid of the HLH and the adenovirus continues to leave his system. Thank you, everyone. And prayers are very, very much appreciated. So please keep praying for Christopher, because as you see, he still really needs prayer. God is working. We just got to keep praying, guys. Got to have faith that God's going to heal Chris. Got to keep saying them prayers for our brother Christopher, and for his family, and for Abby, my niece, who's his girlfriend. They're all going through so much with Chris going through this. Okay, guys. We got kind of a long reading today, but I wanted to give you guys that update. We're going to start with another parable from Jesus today, with Matthew chapter 13, verse 47, reading through chapter 14, verse 12. Good reading in Matthew again today. The parable of the net. This one is explained right after the parable, so this one's, well, you'll see. It's really easy to understand, this one, the way Jesus explains it, of course. Once again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that is let down into the lake and caught all kinds of fish. When it was full, the fishermen pulled it up on the shore. Then they sat down and collected the good fish in the baskets, but threw the bad away. This is how it will be at the end of the age. The angels will come and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Have you understood all these things? Jesus asked. Yes, they replied. He said to them, therefore, every teacher of the law who has become a disciple in the kingdom of heaven is like the owner of a house who brings out of his storeroom new treasures as well as old. So that's just saying that the good people is going to be separated from the bad. And it's just another way of telling you, when Jesus comes back, the angel is going to separate the good people and we're going to go to heaven with Jesus. And the bad people are going to be thrown into the fiery furnace of hell with the devil. So, and you never know when that's going to be, like I said before. So you want to know you're ready for whenever that time comes. Continuing on with Matthew, we got a prophet without honor. And this is so, so true. When Jesus had finished these parables, he moved on from there. Coming to his hometown, he began teaching the people in their synagogue, and they were amazed. Where did this man get this wisdom and these miraculous powers? They asked. Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother's name Mary? And aren't his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? Aren't all of his sisters with us? Where did this man get all these things? And they took offense at him. But Jesus said to them, knowing what they were thinking, of course, a prophet is not without honor, except in his own town and his own home. And he did not do many miracles there because of their lack of faith. That's how it seems to be like in your hometown and stuff. Like in my family anyways, and in my hometown, it's like something good happens to you, they are not happy for you. They try to get something to happen so that good thing will go away and you'll be back to, so they can just make fun of you again. That's what they thrive for. All they ever wanted to do was, just awful people where we lived there before we moved here. It was my hometown. It didn't used to be that way, but more people moved in that all they wanted to do was cuss and fight and pick fight with anybody. I didn't bother nobody, hardly ever went out because the way people acted. Because when you did, if I'd go outside, they would holler and scream cruel things and try to pick fights with me just for walking outside. And they came in and out of our house when we went somewhere, looking for stuff to steal and looking for drugs or whatever. And because our back door didn't lock, we was renting, and we all lived right there in a little circle, which was horrible. And they dragged Sherman on there adulterous ways. They really didn't have to drag him too hard. Horrible. Yeah. I don't want to go into no more of that, but yeah. That's so very true. Now we're going to get into something so sad and so sickening. You will see just how evil some people really are. John the Baptist beheaded. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the reports about Jesus, and he said to his attendants, "This is John the Baptist. He has risen from the dead. This is why miraculous powers are at work in him." Now Herod had arrested John and bound him and put him in prison because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife. For John had been saying to him, "It is not lawful for you to have her," because they were committing adulterous ways, and it wasn't right. And Herodias did not like that, so she despised John and wanted him dead. Herod wanted, "It is unlawful for you to have her." Herod wanted to kill John, but he was afraid of the people because they considered John a prophet. You know how many followers John had. On Herod's birthday, the daughter of Herodias danced for the guests and pleased Herod so much that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she asked. Prompted by her mother, she said, listen what her mother asked for. Prompted by her mother, she said, "Give me here on a platter the head of John the Baptist." The king was distressed, but because of his oath and his dinner guest, he ordered that her request be granted, and had John beheaded in the prison. His head was brought in on a platter and given to the girl, who carried it to her mother. How sick can you be? Evil. This evil. John's disciples came and took his body and buried it. Then they went and told Jesus. And that's where we end Matthew today. She may think she won by having John beheaded and killed, but she didn't win. She may have won here on this earth, but she didn't win because now John the Baptist is in heaven, and I'm pretty sure she's burning in hell. So, yeah, she really didn't win after all. I could go on and on and on about this, so I'm just going to shut up now and continue on with our Bible reading, because I'm really passionate about that, and really upsets me, brings chills to me just thinking about it. Okay guys, so we're going to finish up with our psalm today. Psalm 18 verses 16 through 34. Some more of the psalm anyways. He reached down from on high and took hold of me. He drew me out of deep waters. He rescued me from my powerful enemy, from my foes who were too strong for me. They confronted me in the day of my disaster, but the Lord was my support. He brought me out into the spacious place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. The Lord has dealt with me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanliness of my hands, he has rewarded me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord. I am not guilty of turning from my God. All his laws are before me. I have not turned away from his decrees. I have been blameless before him and have kept myself from sin. The Lord has rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands in his sight. To the faithful you show yourself faithful. To the blameless you show yourself blameless. To the poor you show yourself pure. But to the devious you show yourself shrewd. You save the humble, but bring low those whose eyes are haughty. You, Lord, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light. With your help, I can advance against a troop. With my God, I can scale a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in him. For who is God besides the Lord? And who is the rock except our God? It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He causes me to stand on the heights. He trains my hands for battle. My arms can bend a bow of bronze. And that's where we're going to stop with Psalm 18. Okay guys, we're going to read our Proverbs reading for today. Ending today's Bible reading with Proverbs chapter 4, reading verses 7 through verse 10. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it cost you all you have, get understanding. Cherish her, and she will exalt you. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will give you a garland to grace your head, and present you with a glorious crown. Listen, my son, accept what I say, and the years of your life will be many. And that was our Proverbs reading. I just can't shut up about this one part. The prophet without honor, but I'm talking about Jesus in his hometown again. It's like, you try to be so good, and I would just like sit outside, you know, and read my Bible like every day that I could, and I'd read it in the house and would go to church. And it seems like the more good you try to be to people, like I would make like sugar cookies every year for them for Christmas, and have sure to distribute them to the neighbors around there, right in the circle where we lived. And their kids would come over, and they would come in the house or outside, and I would do crafts and stuff with them to entertain them, you know. And it seems like the more good you was to them, the more they wanted to hurt you. It's like they wanted you to be mean and evil like they was. If you wasn't going into the stuff that they wanted to do, like fighting and cheating on people and cussing and gossiping about people all the time, they didn't want you to just to be good and talking about God and doing godly things. They wanted you to be like them, or you were crazy. Yeah, I was always the crazy one. So, yeah, I would just walk out the door and they would start screaming and making fun of me, and it was horrible. But I'm going to stop now. I just that Bible reading there today, this always makes me think of that. Anyway, that was our Bible reading for today, guys. I hear we got a lot of snow coming. I keep hearing different amounts, so I don't know. But if you guys got to go out tomorrow, please be careful, because I hear we're supposed to get some snow. A college around here that hardly ever closes is already closed already for tomorrow. And it hasn't even started snowing yet. It's not supposed to start till tomorrow, and they've already closed. And like I said, they hardly ever close at all. So a lot of places are closing up already. But let's bring those souls to Jesus. Good night, Sandy. Good night, Rosie. I hope you guys have a good night. Sandy, I know you probably are. I know you are working tonight. I hope you have a good night at work. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your night. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, I'll see you guys all again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye, guys. God bless.